Hello everyone, my name is Javis Komakedo and today we're going to be talking about how I became the youngest person ever to travel Europe. So it all started pretty much when I was just like 12 years old. I always had the dream to travel and explore. But every time I was explaining to someone older, they laugh at me and be like, oh, you're just a kid. You don't know anything about traveling. You don't understand money and all that nonsense. So basically, that always stuck with me, you know? And once I became finally old enough to work in England, I managed to get my first job at Domino's. But you know, it was hard. It was very hard, you know, because I was like my first job. I didn't have any experience. I didn't know what to do. I was nervous and everything. But you know, I had the most important thing. I had the motivation to travel, the motivation to prove the other people that were wrong about me, the older people that were wrong about me. You know, I was brought up in a culture where like the old people were always right. The elder always had the were always right, you know, they always had anything, like, how would I explain them? Whatever they were saying, it was always right. That was my culture, you know. I'm Indian and we respect the elders and stuff like that. So yeah, so after a little while or some time, I managed to save enough for my first trip, or let's say just enough for my first trip. And it was to Latvia and Lithuania. And I remember that trip, it was so nice. Like I was just like 16 years old, I think, or 17, something like that. And I was there, I was like in the middle of the winter. I was in the middle of Eastern Europe, kind of, let's say. You know, it was like all snow and everything. And then I remember I met with some people, I hosted a house party and so on. Let's not get into that, maybe in another video. But yeah, I felt freedom, you know. I could have done everything I wanted to do, and I done it, you know, like, I really enjoyed that. That stayed stuck with me. So when I came back, I wanted more. I wanted to travel much more, you know. So I started working harder at school and at work. At school, because obviously I had to keep my parents happy and I had to make sure that I still had a future. And at work, because of course, if I didn't work good enough at work, I wouldn't have the resources to travel. So as time went by, I travel, and then all of a sudden this thing started clicking into my head. I would be like, why am I always the youngest person ever? Like, why am I, like, every place I go, I'm the youngest person, you know? Like, I felt like after 20 countries, it definitely like became obvious. I was like, this is not something usual, you know, like to be always the youngest person in every group, group of people I meet. Even the young people, like, I'll always be the youngest one. So one night, out of boredom, I browsed through the internet and I came across the Guinness World Record page, and I came across this record to become the youngest person ever. And basically, I was like, you know what, I'm 17, I've already been to like half of Europe, why not give it a try? Little than you know, 2 years later, I'm in Austria, boarding my plane after eating a schnitzel and drinking a pint of beer. I'm boarding a plane to go to Iceland, to actually become the youngest person ever to travel Europe. And it was a remarkable feeling, you know, it was like so many doubts, so many struggle. It was something special. It was the trip of a lifetime. So yeah, so if you guys enjoyed the video, please have a like, consider subscribe, or even share, that would be amazing. And if you guys would like to know more about my stories, let me know in the comments. And yes, I'll tell you somewhere, because I have literally dozen. So thank you for watching my video and peace out.